This is the last week in PlayStation number 8. No, it's number 9. I wrote 8 in my script. Welcome back to the channel if you tuned in last week, and if this is your first time watching, thank you for clicking on my video. Almost a 10 of these, and I'm a little bit impressed with myself that I've committed to keeping these going. News is so light this week, and I'm having a hard time finding a lot of stories. It just seems like we've hit a little bit of PlayStation news drought. Fingers crossed it's the calm before the storm. Maybe we're on the verge of some great new PlayStation 5 news, who knows. This is the weekly news show where I round up all of the best PlayStation news that happened in the past week and put it all into one easy to watch video so you don't have to go looking for it. This video is for the week beginning the 10th of August, and yeah, not a heavy one for news. I'm only at the start of writing my script, but I'm assuming this week's video is going to be a little shorter than usual. Before we begin, please give the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It only takes a second and it would really help me out. And with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's PlayStation news. The first bit of news I've got comes from Forbes.com, and it's about the PS4's latest big exclusive. This is what they had to say. Ghost of Tsushima just keeps impressing as one of the biggest breakout hits of the year. MPD numbers in the US beating out even Call of Duty across 3 platforms when it's on only 1. But past that, MPD notes that Ghost of Tsushima is actually the 4th biggest launch in Sony publishing history for its first month. Pretty stunning for a totally new IP, or one not tied to an existing famous character like Spider-Man. I'm not sure what the other 3 are, but my guess is something along the lines of God of War, The Last of Us, and Spider-Man family of games. Ghost of Tsushima has done extremely well outside the US, in particular Japan, where the game is set. And it's about to become the biggest PS4 release for the console generation over there, as it is bound to sail past Spider-Man despite only being out for a little while. I think that Ghost of Tsushima's sales are pretty surprising. I almost expected a similar thing to how Days Gone performed, which is sad in and of itself because Days Gone is in my top 3 PS4 exclusives. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is flying off the shelves. I wasn't even sure if I'd like it, but you can see how much I loved it from my review that I posted on the channel that you should check out after watching this video. It's just an all-round amazing game that you need to check out for yourself. Our next news story comes from uk.pcmag.com, and it's pretty interesting because Phil Spencer was talking about why the PlayStation 5 looks the way it does. This is what the article says. One of the surprises from the reveal of the PlayStation 5 was just how big a console it is, not only compared to previous generations of hardware but next to its main rival, the Xbox Series X. What's also surprising is Xbox boss Phil Spencer has given us the best explanation yet as to why the PS5 is huge. As VentureBeat reports, yesterday Phil Spencer was a guest on Animal Talking, which is a YouTube series hosted by Gary Whitta, where guests have a chat while playing Animal Crossing. Unusual, yeah, but it works really well. As part of the discussion, Whitta asked Spencer about the aesthetics of both next-gen consoles and points out how they are so radically different, unlike current-gen machines. Spencer was quite open with his responses, explaining that both Microsoft and Sony's engineers faced the same problems when it came to keeping these very high-performance machines cool. And ultimately both teams tackled the same problem in very different ways. I already knew that it was to do with cooling, but maybe you didn't. I saw someone ask on Twitter why don't they put the disk drive of the PS5 in the middle black part, and I told them there just wouldn't be room for it in there. Plus you can see the vents on the front of the machine. I'm assuming, like basically all fan-cooled systems, that the PS5 will have vents on the back of it too, and that should all be for good airflow and making sure there's no potential Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death possibilities on new hardware. Our last bit of news, and I know there really wasn't a lot this week that I thought was interesting enough to cover, it's about The Last of Us Part 2 getting a neat update. It's from the PlayStation blog, and this is how it reads. Grounded difficulty returns plus new permadeath mode for veteran The Last of Us fans. Grounded difficulty represents the ultimate test of skill. This difficulty raises the stakes by not only making enemies deadlier and ammo, upgrade and crafting materials incredibly scarce, but also removing invaluable tools for survival, such as disabling listen mode, deactivating elements of the HUD, and even more. Beginning with the update, Grounded will become one of the base difficulty options available when starting the story, so you won't need to have beaten the game once already to access it. As an additional layer of challenge, we're also introducing a brand new permadeath mode. With the custom mode enabled, there are no second chances. you must complete the entire game without dying or start over from the beginning. However, if taking on the whole game is too daunting, you can choose to enable permadeath mode with checkpoints on a per chapter or per act basis. In other words, if you die at the end of day 1, you'll have to play the entire day over again. You'll also be rewarded for your efforts. The Grounded update introduces 2 new trophies, one for completing the game with any permadeath mode enabled, and another for beating it on Grounded difficulty. Don't worry though, neither of these trophies will be required in order to earn the platinum. Have you ever wondered what The Last of Us Part 2 would look like as a cel-shaded adventure, or if it was made in the retro 8-bit era? How about if it was a black and white noir twiller or sepia... twiller? How about if it was a black and white noir thriller or a sepia-toned classic? With this week's update, we're adding nearly 30 new graphics rendering modes, as well as several new audio modifiers that allow you to change the look and feel of the game. I actually booted up The Last of Us Part 2 again the day before this video goes live to start a New Game Plus file. I've no idea if I'll commit to playing through the game again, but there's these gameplay modifiers I turned on for infinite ammo and unbreakable melee weapons to make the second playthrough a breeze. I also played around with one of those new filters they talked about. The cel-shaded one looks awesome. It's almost like playing The Last of Us Part 2 in a Borderlands or Telltale game style. I love it. Go check out this latest update if you have the game. It's probably worth playing through the game again to at least experience it in cel-shaded visuals. Real quick, I just want to remind everybody what your free PS Plus games are for the month of August. This month is a really strong lineup and you can add these 2 games to your library right now. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered is the first game offered, and I've played it for a while and it looks amazing. It's just that classic campaign with a great fresh coat of paint over it, and you should go check it out. The second game on offer is Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. It is absolutely amazing, such a fresh of breath air from literally everything else, with up to 60 players online in a free-for-all struggle through round after round of escalating chaos until one victor remains. In a strange way, it reminds me of the television show Total Wipeout or something like that, but it looks super fun. You have until Tuesday the 1st of September to add these 2 games to your library. That's it for the 9th, the last week in PlayStation, and you're probably as disappointed as I am. I mean, we're just in a drought at the moment, but hopefully things pick up this week. Let me know down in the comment section down below what you thought of Ghost of Tsushima's impressive sales, and are you going to play The Last of Us Part 2's update? As always, I had a load of fun putting together some news articles regarding the world of PlayStation into an easy to watch video for you to enjoy every single Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like button, as it helps my video get recommended to other people, and consider subscribing. It would really help me out. If you want to stay up to date with the channel, you can find me over on Twitter at AnthonyJGaming. I'm very active over there, so why don't you say hi? On the PlayStation Network, I'm AnthonyJGaming as well. Finally, you can follow me over on Instagram, where I'm AnthonyJosephGaming. Thank you again so much for watching the last week in PlayStation. Bye.